In this video, you will learn how Zyllem lets you take full control over your logistics network. But first, let's travel back in time. In the past, enterprises that rely on logistics used their own fleet to fulfill their deliveries. As they scaled their business, they outsourced their logistics to 3PL partners, and in the process, losing some control over it. Soon enough, consumer technology was on the rise, resulting in new behaviors and demands, and the need for better, faster, and more transparent logistics. To meet these needs, enterprises are starting to look for technology that allows them to digitize their own logistics network while maintaining their 3PL partners. But how do you digitize a logistics network that you don't fully own? The answer? Virtual Logistics Network Management through Zyllem. While current solutions require you to digitize from the bottom up, which practically means you need to wait for your 3PL partners to digitize and then combine them together into a single network, this poses a delay you can't afford to make. Well, Zyllem takes a top-to-bottom approach, allowing you to drive the digital transformation of your logistics network. Let me show you how Zyllem works. As an enterprise, your logistics network is vast and highly complex. We allow you to break your network into blocks that work independently to achieve its full capability. At the top, you have your business units, which we call network groups. You'll see more about network groups later. At the bottom, you have your 3PL partners, which we call operators. You can incorporate operators into your network by hosting them in your enterprise, extending Zyllem to them via enterprise to enterprise, or E2E, or by connecting into their systems. To glue them together, you will model your logistics processes using Zyllem Bridge technology. This structure allows your 3PL partners or operators to work independently as a part of a larger network. Meanwhile, your business units, or network groups, will see the fragmented network as a unified network. In the next few minutes, I will explain to you how the magic works. Before we jump into the nuts and bolts, let's first portray the main users of your logistics network. First, you have John, your solution architect. John designs your network and incorporates your different 3PL partners. He works with your business units to understand and model your logistics business processes through Zyllem's Bridge feature. Then you have Mary and Anna, your operations manager and customer service representative. They are responsible for booking the delivery orders. They can do it via your ERP system or directly in Zyllem. They can also monitor and view performance reports, get real-time updates of your network across the different operators, reschedule, reroute, cancel, and much more. Finally, you have Kevin, your 3PL manager. As one of your operators, Kevin's team will receive segments of your delivery processes. He works with his team to schedule, plan, and assign delivery tasks to assets. The assets in Kevin's team will work to fulfill the different tasks assigned to them. As your delivery orders flow into Zyllem, routes will be calculated based on the logistics processes that were modeled in your bridge. The routes will be cut into segments, and these segments will be pushed to your operators. Examples of segments are delivery from warehouse to customer, collection from customer to warehouse, warehouse to warehouse, and more. Zyllem allows you to push different types of segments to the same operator. Imagine what you can do with that capability. When your operators receive the different segments, they can execute it in the following ways. If the operator is hosted in your enterprise, the segments will be cut into tasks for them to plan, optimize, and execute. If the operator is connected to your enterprise, the segments will be pushed via API to the operator. If the operator is extended to your enterprise, the segments will be pushed via E2E connector to the operator in the Zyllem system. Regardless of the configuration you choose, the operators will fulfill the segments and send status updates back to Zyllem. All artifacts associated to the different segments, such as photos, signatures, survey ratings, etc., will also be captured and transmitted to create the full picture through the activity log of each order. To demonstrate this, let me walk you through a demo of the platform. From modeling your network and processes to adding your logistics operators, pushing or importing your orders to Zyllem, planning and executing, and finally, exporting status updates and generating reports. Let's say your enterprise name is Demo Enterprise. You have 5 warehouses that operate with several 3PL partners and your own fleet. John has modeled this organizational structure in Zyllem. He has also modeled your logistics processes in the bridge: direct delivery, reverse logistics, stock transfer, and multi-segment deliveries such as long haul and cross-dock. Each process is configured with SLAs, segments, routes, workflows, and all settings for each process. He also added your 3PL partners, one of them being Kevin's team, by hosting them in Zyllem. This video will demonstrate how a hosted operator can operate in Zyllem. Now that your network and processes are in place, Mary's team can push the orders. In this case, John has integrated your ERP system with Zyllem via API to push orders in real time. These orders are then reflected in the enterprise web portal. At the same time, the orders are pushed to the different operators accordingly. Let's head over to Kevin's team. Each order will be broken down into tasks they need to fulfill. Before Kevin plans and executes the orders, he will set up his assets. There are a number of modules that Kevin can configure. Users and roles. Kevin has invited his dispatchers, planners, and drivers and granted them different roles and access. Vehicle management. This is where Kevin defined the vehicle profiles and capacities. Assets and schedules. There are several ways for Kevin to plan a schedule, such as daily, weekly, and so on. He can manage the schedules individually or per team. In this case, Kevin has defined the team's working shift and allocated the assets. Now that Kevin has set up his operator settings, he can proceed with planning and execution. In Zyllem, Kevin can use one or more of the 4 operating modes: manual assignment, static assignment, static planning, and dynamic planning. With manual assignment, the orders are pushed to Kevin's team without being assigned to a specific asset. A user intervention is required to assign the task to the assets. If Kevin wants the orders to be assigned automatically, he can use static assignment. In this mode, you can define rules that govern the logic of the assignment. Using your custom properties or address book, you can create simple or highly complex rules using different conditions, and even create rules within a rule. This method is commonly used in scenarios where the operator is using fixed routes. When using static assignments, Zyllem provides a static planning module that can help you define your customer-based fixed routes. If you have a fixed number of assets and customers with unpredictable delivery volumes, this feature may serve you well. Static planning makes use of historical data to calculate the most optimal static assignment based on the number of stops, working hours, driving distance, and capacity. The more the historical data, the more optimal the results. Last but not least, if you want to further optimize your resources on a schedule basis, you can use dynamic planning. In this mode, the system plans and assigns the routes for your assets, taking into consideration SLAs, delivery windows, vehicle capacity, working schedules, processing times, parking and unparking times, and other time-related factors. In addition, if you are planning for a country with conditional road restrictions, such as the odd-even traffic rule in Indonesia or the number coding rule in the Philippines, Zyllem incorporates these restrictions into the planning, allowing for more accurate routes and ETAs, and reduce exceptions on the ground. You can plan incrementally and choose from 5 different asset utilization strategies that give you varied results depending on the priority. For example, the Max Asset Utilization Advanced strategy allows you to maximize the productivity of each asset and suggest the minimum number of assets you need at a given day. Meanwhile, the Even Asset Clustering strategy makes use of all your assets and tries to evenly distribute the tasks among them. Through an interactive user interface, you can preview all 5 strategies, giving you a chance to pick the best plan for the day. Once Kevin is done with the planning and assignments, his drivers will see it in their Zyllem app. We are now logged in as a driver with 2 types of tasks. 1. pick up the goods from the warehouse, and 2. Deliver it to the customer. To prevent user error, Zyllem takes into account the dependency of these tasks. You can see that deliver is locked, which prevents us from performing the task until we complete the pickup. Let's go ahead and do that. All actions such as this can be done manually or via a camera or barcode scanner. Every step can vary based on John's configuration. For this pickup task, the process is fairly quick. We select the orders, take a photo of the goods, and press Done. Now that we've done the pickup, let's proceed with the delivery. This time, John configured a more elaborate process for us to follow. Here are the buttons we can choose from: full delivery and other possible exceptions. Let's assume it's a partial reject. As a driver, we are required to select the line items, select the reason for the partial reject, enter the collected cash, and fill in some forms. Finally, we hand it over to the customer for them to review the summary, sign, and answer a customer satisfaction survey. All these artifacts that we have collected will be available in the activity log of this order. Another notable feature is that you can configure the system to auto-create a task as a result of another. In this example, we have an auto-created task to return the goods to the warehouse as a result of the recent partial reject we just did. Every action in the app is recorded by Zyllem. Depending on your role, you will see these updates in different places of the web portal. Kevin, for example, can monitor the driver progress through the dispatcher module. He can manage tasks and view warnings if SLAs are potentially missed. Meanwhile, Mary's team can go to the items page to track the orders. Let's check out our recent activity. Here you see the line items, timestamps, geolocation, and artifacts we've collected earlier. By allowing you to standardize the collection of this data across different operators, you can better analyze your network and gain business insights. Based on John's configuration, Anna can also cancel, reschedule, or reroute an order. Finally, Mary may run a performance report. Zyllem collects a myriad of data from every activity in your network. This data is made available to you via reports or real-time export. With reports, you can create your own templates for different types of reports, and even schedule the system to send them via email. With real-time export, you can integrate via API, webhooks, or SFTP to get status updates, timestamps, custom properties, and so on. You can export any data at any point of your delivery process. Now your operations has come full circle. The better news is, Zyllem goes beyond that. Here are more of Zyllem features. Events. These can be triggered for SMS, email, broadcaster, webhooks, SFTP export, and document generation. E-documents. Digitize your proof of delivery with dynamic PDF templates that can be sent straight to your customers. Cash on delivery, or COD. Integrate your COD processes into your workflow. Create e-wallets, view COD transactions, and generate reports. Line items. Incorporate line items into your processes and define custom properties along with custom units of measurements. Customer satisfaction survey. Collect customer feedback through a web survey or via the Zyllem app. Address validation and cleansing. If you have a customer database, upload them into Zyllem and cleanse the address quality to improve overall efficiency and accuracy of reports. User and role management. While you can open up the web portal to your partners, you will have full control on the access rights. Performance dashboards. View your enterprise performance at a glance on the network group level and operator level. We have been working with a variety of enterprises across different industries such as retail, distribution, logistics, and e-commerce. After digitizing their logistics network, we see them enjoy common benefits. Reduced operational costs by up to 50%. They eliminated middlemen, optimized operations, reduced failed deliveries, automated tasks, and moved to paperless processes. Increased customer satisfaction by up to 200%. The ability to forecast delivery times, increase delivery accuracy to 95%, keep customers up to date with any changes, and be transparent on delivery exceptions ensure that their customers are delighted with the service. Strengthen relationships with 3PL partners. The transparency across the network operations removed disputes, increased collaboration, and made sure partners fulfill the service as expected. Finally, Zyllem allowed their enterprise to grow. By digitizing their networks, they were able to focus on strategizing and deploying new innovative services and 3PL partners. So how do you get started? Digitizing your logistics is a journey, and Zyllem is here to make sure you do it smoothly and smartly. First, we will map your network geography, processes, and operations to understand your SOPs and future plans. You can then choose to digitize parts of your network or all at once. Together with our technology partners, we will bring you on board and roll out Zyllem in your organization. Want to get started? Talk to us at contact@zyllem.com.